Well, hello everybody, and welcome back to G-Bear's Off-Grid Ways, a homestead in the desert. Look at that neat cloud formation over there. Isn't that something? Almost looks like a nuclear explosion went off over there or something. Anyway, today is 22nd of July, 2021. I think so. I'll put it in the title like I always do. Anyway, I wanted to come out and do a quickie here because I've been hunkered down from the humidity all day. Like 30% humidity was just way too much. And the clouds have all moved over there. They get the rain, we get the humidity. What else can I say? I told you about Tomcat's favorite little place up there on top of the toads. I hope this wind isn't drowning me out. But there he is, sitting up there, laying up there, taking a nap. And as you can see, he really doesn't care that I'm down here talking away. He's just going to do his nap because he knows I'm not a threat to him. I go over and take care of his food and his water and clean his litter box inside of his little condo. Of course, he's developed about 5 different litter boxes out here in the desert. But yeah, he likes laying up there in the afternoons, catching this breeze as it comes through. And he lays down right about there in the mornings so he can watch me to see what I'm doing when I get up and open the door and it slams back and forth. So he hears the door slam and he comes and checks me out. Anyway, I'm thinking tomorrow, the temperatures they've been evening out around 102, 103, somewhere in that neighborhood. I've seen a couple of times where it just went up to 104, 105, but you know, for maybe a half an hour at the most, and then it went back down again. So what I think I'm going to do tomorrow, because I'm getting tired of the this pipe insulation is just sun-baked and it's flying off all the time. It's really aggravating. So when I cut this down, I cut it so the top of the tote-cuzzi is 3.5 inches above the metal. And the reason I did that is because I want to put a 2x4 up against there, resting on top of the metal, and then I'm going to fasten it all the way around. And I'll use stainless steel panhead screws to go through the plastic into the wood. And then on top of that, I want to go with something like a 1x6 or whatever, going flat this way, 6 inches wide this way, and rounded in the corners. And then I'll run my router all the way around the edges to make a nice rounded off edge. And then I'll coat that with something like Miracle Cover or something like that, so that it just natural wood, and it's protected from the sun and the rain and all that stuff. And once I got that done, then I want to build a little deck area that comes out off of here and maybe goes along this side, and just so you can, a couple of us sitting out here having a cold beer after a long day, and we walk up on this deck, sit down, drop our feet in the water and cool off and just look up at the stars, things like that. Hey, work out great. And then down the line, I'm going to work at looking for some good heavy-duty plastic, and I'm going to make a bench seat that goes inside of here. Now, I've got the pipes that I'm going to be using to make a pool ladder that goes up like this and then down into the water out of PVC pipe. And I'm going to be using like 1.5 inch PVC pipe, so it's comfortable to stand on when you're barefooted. It doesn't cut into your feet when you're walking up and down it. And then the U-shapes will come up like this and then mount on top here. And I'll put 2 little holders or drill 2 little holes in the deck where it'll just slide into those, and it won't slip on you when you're climbing in or out. But once you get out of here or even in, and you want the ladder out of the way, you just pick it up, and then I'll have a place over on this side or that side where you just hang it over the edge and get it out of the way so that it's not in your way while you're in the tote-cuzzi. Pretty good. I was laying in bed last night, and it was kind of hot last night. Even when I got into bed at like 11 p.m., it was probably still 87 degrees outside, and the winds had died down. So the ceiling fan went on, and I got the ceiling fan directly above the bed, and just laid on top of the covers, and I was thinking about things like this, and next thing you know, I was asleep. So it all works out sooner or later. That weird cloud formation is still there. That's strange. That one looks like it might carry some water in it, but not over me. Strange weather. So I went down today a little while ago, and I soaked the garden down really well. Probably put in 160, 170 gallons to soak the garden down completely. And I got some nice looking peaches on there. They're getting bigger and they're turning red. And I've had some of the smaller ones already, and they're already sweet. So I can't wait for those bigger ones to be plump and ready to pull. I just go in there every now and then and I give them a little feel. And if I find one that's a little on the soft side, I know that it's starting to die off. It's no longer being fed by the tree, so then I pluck that when I need it. I also picked up some other fruit seeds at the supermarket today, and I will be propagating those. I get them to grow so I can get some small trees going out of those, and then a year later I'll take the 1-year-old branches off those and graft them onto my peach trees. The nectarines is what I was trying to think of. So I'll have nectarines growing on my peach trees too. And one thing about what they call stone fruit, anything that has a stone in the center, like a cherry, nectarine, apricot, peach, all of those types of things, plum, those types of plants are what they call true to seed. So when you take one of those off of a tree and plant it, you'll get a tree that grows exactly that same fruit, as delicious as the one that the original tree was producing. So those are what they call TDS, or true to seed. Very nice to do that, but I want to try to keep the number of fruit trees down and put multiple fruit on one tree so that it's less to water, less to take care of, and I still get all of the fruit I need to make me happy through the year. And some of it will go into canning and things like that, so that I can have it for dessert on top of a scoop of ice cream during the winter when the trees aren't producing fruit. So next, what was I going to talk about now? Oh yeah, I was talking about true to seed. Now apples and pears and those types of fruit with the small seeds, they are not true to seed. Okay. Now Johnny Appleseed went around the United States planting apple seeds everywhere, and the majority of those trees grew to be crab apples. The few, maybe 1 in 1,000, that produced a very good edible fruit out of it were named by the person that discovered them. And then what you usually do is you take a scion off of one of those trees and you graft it onto your crabapple rootstock so that you grow a good edible apple or a pear later. Otherwise, you'll never get a good edible apple or pear. So don't think that just planting apple seeds or pear seeds from one that you eat in the supermarket is going to do you any good. It doesn't work that way. All right, everybody, that's all I have. I wanted a short one this today. I'm at 10 minutes. I'm going to call it off there. Don't forget thumbs ups. Don't forget subscriptions. And don't forget to share. G Bear signing off.